Rolling Thunder Turkey Count with story Bess Strikes Again. William Hovey Smith, 2022. This is an afternoon hunt. It's about 3:30 at the moment. And I'm setting out for evening. And I'm in, obviously, planted pines. And this is an area I keep clear through here. We're still having heavy thunderstorms. The humidity is so much it's spontaneously fogging up my lenses. So I have to wipe them off from time to time. But we have our two foam decoys out. And we also have deployed our mechanical decoy. And you can just see his tail behind that pine tree. Because we're going to have more thunderstorms, I took the mechanics out of it. And so I have it just there sitting on the stake that I prepared a couple of videos back, so I can deploy it in wet weather without damaging the electronics. So we're going to sit here and do a little calling and stay here till about dark and see if our beast is returned. My theory is this is a sheltered spot from the wind, and so they might well like to walk along it, and we shall see. The thunderstorm cell that's been hanging around for about an hour is apparently getting closer now. And I'm hearing gobbles. Although thus far they're all distant, but maybe they're working this way. Don't know which way they're going to come. Could be anywhere. We've set up here in our blind in our piney woods, and one thing we accomplished, even though we didn't see any toms, was we now know we have 3 adult toms and at least 1 jake. Because in this thunder we heard them sound off in 3 different directions. And so, yeah, well, at least now we know we got some birds. And that's always a help. And so until we hunt this again, we're going to seal it up and put our good decoy back in there so he can be deployed next time. Coming up, Bess Strikes Again. I'm an author, mainly of outdoor books, and one of my recent e-books is Building or Restoring Your Muzzleloader, showing how you can make your own gun from either old parts or buying kits from companies like Dixie Gun Works. I have an ongoing Kickstarter project through April 29 to finance the printing of a hardcover edition of Make Your Own Job, anytime, anywhere, at any age, to schools, libraries, and aid organizations who are serving European refugees. To help finance this project, go to the address below. And this time I chose to set up in a hard blind. And I had the windows open so I could shoot out both to my side and to my front. And in due time I sat there and of course put up my decoys, and they were out there displaying away and calling. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Finally, gobble, 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 gobble. All right. He was over that way. So I was facing the front. So in the blind, I turned over this way and took Bess and cocked it. Clank, clank, clank. And stuck its muzzle out the window. But still couldn't see Turkey yet. But if he was coming, I wanted to be ready, and I wanted to have as much movement in the blind done as possible. Called some more. Well, gobble, gobble. He came. He was coming. Well, I had not cut all the way under those pines. So consequently, there was a brushy area, and he was coming through it slowly. And it took him about 15 minutes to get from when he first gobbled to where I could first see him. And I'd call softly, and he'd go, gobble, gobble. Okay, come on, guy, come on, come. Well, he was coming, but only taking his own time to do it. Finally, we saw this white head. And he was coming and he was looking and he was displaying a little bit as he was walking. And he saw the decoys. All right. Boom. Pace picked up a little bit. All right. I was already ready. Then finally his head passed behind one of the pine trees. Moved the gun up. Come on, guy. Woof. And there it was. Squeeze. These military muskets have hard trigger pulls. And then the hammer started falling. Scraped the frizzen. White hot pieces of metal fell into the powder. Poof. Charge left the barrel. And pretty quick, there was dead turkey on the ground. Flop. Yeah. So Bess had done its job again. But he was well hit in the neck and the upper body. So this 1 1/4 ounces of sixes, yeah, it pretty well did him in. So, if you have a flintlock smoothbore, take it out there and shoot it, guys. Yes, you can do good work with it. And if this interests you and you want to take up the muzzleloading challenge, you certainly may. And these guns are available from Dixie Gun Works still. You can buy that very same gun that I, as I say, bought decades ago. Now it's made by David Pietasali in Italy, and probably a better gun than the one I had made in Japan. But it will work. And when you have an inch of flint striking across an inch of steel, something is bound to happen. Yep. That's why these gun locks on military guns were made so robust, whereas the civilian models were typically terribly much lighter and smaller. But the military guns, yeah, if anything, they had to be reliable. If you had a guy coming at you with a spear or a saber or a sword, yeah, you needed to get that shot off and you needed to have it gone. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. If you have thunderstorms in your hunting area, this is the time to locate and count your toms. They might not respond to your calling, but at least you'll know where they are. For more information on my books, blogs, and over 800 videos, go to my website, hoveysmith.com. To find out more about my business books, go to createyourownjobsecurity.com. To discover how my book, screenplay, and movie project is coming along, go to bloodties.net. I have a Kickstarter project that ends April 29 to publish and distribute hardcover copies of my acclaimed business book, Make Your Own Job, Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age, to schools, libraries, and refugee aid organizations in North America and Europe. To participate in this project, go to the address below. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye and God bless. And stay tuned for my new ad for my novel. Until Death Do You Part, an American family meets their Sicilian cousins. A romance adventure by William Hovey Smith. A vendetta killing, forced marriages, lust, love, hate, and revenge stalk Sicily's ruins in this land of blood, fire, and terror. An American family is cast into a world they do not know and are bound by ties of blood, honor, and respect to an uncertain future as they are hunted by a rival mob. 5 years in the writing, on location in the American Southwest, Louisiana, and Sicily. Until Death Do You Part is available as softcover, ebook, or audiobook from book sources worldwide.